Thank you for tuning in to this WLRS Crypto Radio YouTube video. The content on this video is for entertainment purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe for the most up-to-date content in the future. Enjoy.
Sorry, all the
China's back in the game, adding $1 trillion of value to their stock market. Just like everything else, this last couple days here, Chinese market soared, and the yen rose on Friday, which is probably confusing. Oh, that's today, right? This is today's news?
Today, yeah. This is fresh off the press.
Fresh.
So it looks
Today.
like it looks like this actually puts their valuation in their stock market to $1 trillion.
Yep, and some of this came from rumors and news reports that the Fed hopes to do some twin relief in the U.S.-China tensions because China still has pretty tough COVID rules, and that's obviously affecting supply chain and things like that. Everybody's favorite.
Hold on, pretty tough on COVID rules. They were legitimately making people go into hotels and locking them in there without leaving.
Yep.
We're not talking about like 5-star hotels. We're talking about like shitty motels. Have you ever seen the quality of build they put in their buildings? It is fucking abysmal. Like
it's styrofoam.
Yeah, it's legit styrofoam, and they're just forcing people into these extremely tall buildings. Like I would call it whatever's past strict.
Whatever's past
totalitarian, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean
like a totalitarian communist regime.
Yeah,
like,
I mean that's what it is.
Well, that's what they want.
Sorry, Dave, we're not getting any China money for this for sponsorships ever.
China, if you want to sponsor Wall Street, they probably. They can get it. They got Gmail, right? Do they have Gmail over there?
No.
No.
They don't have Google there.
I got connections. I can reach out.
Wait. What's this next one? I'm interested to hear about more information on it.
JP Morgan makes its first DeFi transactions.
Awesome. What chain do you think that was on?
Probably Matic.
Got it right.
Yeah,
Polygon gets another fucking boost in the news.
You know what's crazy is I heard some alpha from people that I'm not privileged to share, but I heard deeply that like someone knew that there was big moves happening on Matic. Like they said it probably like 3 or 4 months ago. They were like,
I was gonna say anybody can say that.
I think that was Space Games Dave.
No, it was before the Disney partnership. It was like right after all this stuff started unfolding. It was someone that runs a project on Matic, and they had deep connections with Polygon and the team. And they were telling some people in my circle, they were like, "Don't sleep on Matic. Like it's about to get fucking huge." And then like all this shit started happening. I'm like, yeah. I always loved Matic, but I actually hate it since I started using AVAX. Because AVAX transactions are just so much cleaner and faster.
I like Matic simply for the fact that they're just going nuts.
They're really
on the sponsorships.
They're doing good things for DeFi, right?
If you've tried to use like Sushi on Matic, it is slow as molasses.
God,
like you can like
awful.
Put in a transaction, and you could go eat dinner, and come back, and you still don't have the NFT you minted. It's like
it's pretty bad.
Ugh.
I mean, the fees are nominal, right? They're just like AVAX or anything else. It's decentralized to the same extent, but it does not have the TPS that Avalanche does. And I still just don't understand why people aren't seeing that, which they don't care. They're just
realistically, Matic right now is at $1.13 after a 18% pump. All-time high was around $2.87. Yep, and that was right after Christmas in 2021. So this is well before all of their partnerships. So this is not financial advice, but it doesn't look like the Matic ship has sailed yet. So
yeah, but I mean, you're gonna have to wait for a bull market. But I do think that you're gonna see those like
this is a nice pump.
Like honestly, I could see
FOMO at the top.
I could see Matic hitting like $10-15.
That's what I was saying.
Like the market cap, like could allow for that to happen without it being like ludicrous, right? Like with the amount of stuff that they're doing.
11.29 billion for the fully diluted market cap with a circulating supply of 8.73 billion tokens.
If you don't know what Matic does, it's allowing, or it will soon allow, it is like a layer 2 on top of Ethereum. That's what it's marketed as. And it's going to have ZK rollups where it performs actions for the Ethereum with the same Ethereum blockchain with the same security, but it allows for it to be done on a second chain, which much cheaper gas. So that's really what Matic is for, and that is what they're going for. And there's a couple layer 2s like Arbitrum and stuff like that. They're doing the same thing, but obviously Matic is just absolutely killing it with like their marketing department and landing these large partnerships. Like how fucking big of a headline is that? JP Morgan does its first tax-in on a blockchain via Matic.
It's like that's Matic, and it's not Ethereum.
Like that's fucking huge.
Yep, it's a big one. And I think was our first DeFi show that talked about Matic.
I believe so. You've
Yeah,
been to the Matic horn.
You go back, start at the beginning, episode 12. You can catch up before next week.
True.
Yes. We did pass a bunch of other podcasts in the rankings,
Yeah,
including CoinGecko and Crypto.com's podcast.
What?
Yeah, we
flipped
past them on Spotify.
How many listens are we getting?
Not enough.
Not enough for Dave, but I think it's a very nice trending upward graph.
Yes, we have a very good graph of growth.
It's bullish.
That's good.
I'm bullish on the listens.
We're coming after BitBoy. I'm getting a shirt made with his mugshot on it.
Mugshot on it.
And that's what I'll be wearing for upcoming show when we overtake his spot at the number 1. But
he's number 3 or so. There's some lady on number 1.
Oh God!
But she looks like an NPR lady. Like I haven't listened to this lady, but you just look at the album cover of the show and you just know you're gonna need some caffeine pills to get through it.
You want me to talk about that image I posted on the Trello board? Cap the news off.
Would you post on the Trello board? Yeah.
So to cap the news off for today, we've got a tweet coming in about a certain Fed president, specifically the Boston Fed president, Susan Collins. She's suggesting that they are ready to slow the pace of Fed rate increases from here. So she's on the FOMC, the federal committee that ups or downs all the Fed rates that you hear about in the news every day. She's quoted as saying 50 basis points used to be a very large move, and she says it's too soon to say how high rates will need to go. So a potential, not pivot, but a little bit more dovish news coming out of the Fed this week after the 75% of the 75 basis
like all
point
your
raise.
What the fuck is dovish? What the fuck does that even mean?
Dovish
like
means
soft, right? Softer.
Yeah. So you've got dovish is more like positive news for the market. Hawkish is the opposite of that, which would be like not good for the market. So right now, Jerome Powell is very hawkish in his statements. He wants more rate hikes. He wants the market to go down. He wants unemployment to go up. He wants the housing market to crash. The opposite of that would be dovish.
He's a real people pleaser, I gotta say.
Yeah. He's doing his job well. I mean, the guy doesn't give the first fuck about the overall, like, people in general. He's concerned about the dollar being king, and
the first fuck. I like that.
You can look at the DXY.
Give a fuck about the second fuck.
Yeah.
Which is not the fuck.
You can look at the DXY index on any of your stock watching apps, and you can see that the dollar is king right now, but I don't know how long it can last.